Welcome to Lost in Revision. All of our content is public domain, literature, fairy tales, and folklore. We look at stories through an irreverent and lighthearted lens in our discussion episodes, and our daily stories are a fun way to listen to the original versions in a short format that can fit into most people's schedules. If you prefer to listen to full chapters, you can subscribe to our Patreon page. We just added a $1 option that provides early access and more. You can check the show notes for our Linktree page, where there are links to all of our public pages, ways to contact us, and all of our content. Our goal is to at least break even to cover our expenses, so any support that you can offer to help us reach that goal helps keep this podcast going and you entertained. All of our music is by Nathan Hubble and is used with his permission. Thanks, and enjoy the show.
Robin Hood Turns Butcher. Part 4. At this the sheriff looked grimly at Robin. "Nay," quoth Robin, "look not on me as though thou hast sour beer in thy mouth, man. I will take thine offer, for I and my brothers do need the money. We lead a merry life, and no one leads a merry life for a farthing. So I will close the bargain with thee. But mind that thou bringest a good 300 pounds with thee, for I trust not one that driveth so shrewd a bargain." "I will bring the money," said the sheriff. "But what is thy name, good youth?" "Men call me Robert O'Locksley," quoth bold Robin. "Then, good Robert O'Locksley," quoth the sheriff, "I will come this day to see thy horned beasts. But first my cloak shall draw up a paper in which thou shalt be bound to the sale. For thou gettest not my money without I get thy beasts in return." Then Robin Hood laughed again. "So be it," he said, smiting his palm upon the sheriff's hand. "Truly my brothers will be thankful to thee for thy money." Thus the bargain was closed, but many of the butchers talked among themselves of the sheriff, saying that it was but a scurvy trick to beguile a poor spendthrift youth in this way. The afternoon had come when the sheriff mounted his horse and joined Robin Hood, who stood outside the gateway of the paved court, waiting for him, for he had sold his horse and cart to a trader for 2 marks. Then they set forth upon their way, the sheriff riding upon his horse and Robin running beside him. Thus they left Nottingham town and travelled forward along the dusty highway, laughing and jesting together as though they had been old friends. But all the time the sheriff said within himself, "Thy jest to me of Robin Hood shall cost thee dear. Good fellow, even 400 pounds, thy fool." For he thought he would make at least that much by his bargain. So they journeyed onward till they came within the verge of Sherwood Forest, when presently the sheriff looked up and down and to the right and to the left of him, and then grew quiet and ceased his laughter. "Now," quoth he, "may heaven and its saints preserve us this day from a rogue men called Robin Hood." Then Robin laughed aloud. "Nay," said he, "thou mayest set thy mind at rest, for well do I know Robin Hood, and well do I know that thou art in no more danger from him this day than thou art from me." At this the sheriff looked askance at Robin, saying to himself, "I like not that thou seemest so well acquainted with this bold outlaw, and I wish that I were well out of Sherwood Forest." But still they travelled deeper into the forest shades, and the deeper they went, the more quiet grew the sheriff. At last they came to where the road took a sudden bend, and before them a herd of dun deer went tripping across the path. Then Robin Hood came close to the sheriff, and pointing his finger, he said, "These are my horned beasts, good master sheriff. How dost thou like them? Are they not fat and fair to see?" At this the sheriff drew rein quickly. "Now, fellow," quoth he, "I would I were well out of this forest, for I like not thy company. Go thou thine own path, good friend, and let me but go mine." But Robin only laughed and caught the sheriff's bridle rein. Nay, cried he, stay a while, for I would thou shouldst see my brothers, who own these fair horned beasts with me.
I hope you're enjoying the stories. We sure are enjoying creating this for you. If you go and sign up on Patreon, you can listen without having to hear me talking in the intro and outro. For only $3 a month, you get the full chapters as soon as I have them edited, and you have your own personal RSS feed with no interruptions. We just added a $1 option that provides early access and more. We also have an account with buymeacoffee.com if you want to support us that way. So check out our link tree in the show notes for all of the best ways to get in touch and support the show.
There's a lot more waiting for us all at the end of the road.